Hi, I'm Ryan Blasiak, Case IH Harvesting Marketing Manager. Today, behind us here, we have the new 250 series Axial-Flow combines. So some of the features that we've changed or we've improved with the 250 series machine is we've completely redesigned the entire feeder house here. So you'll notice we have some options on here, as well as there's some new base features. So starting with the base features, we've improved the thickness of the chain, so we're 25% thicker on the inner thickness of the sidewall and 12% thicker on the pin itself. Likewise, we have gone from a 3-piece feeder floor to a 2-piece feeder floor, and we've lowered that 20 millimeters to really improve feeding in canola, and also kind of to reduce some of the wear and the bottlenecking there. We have improved, so we've increased the amount of hardware and also the size of hardware as well for durability, reliability. And then you'll see here, this is our new feature that's an option with the 250 series machine, and it's the feeder fore-aft adjustment. So I get 11.5 degrees rearward adjustment, and that really helps not only to maximize the geometry, so the flow of crop coming into the machine and make sure it's always consistent and not bottlenecking, but it also helps in certain situations like, for example, picking down corn. Additionally, we have increased lift capacity cylinders. So we have a 13,500 pound lift package now, and coupled with that, we have dual high capacity lateral tilt cylinders to help the performance of those heavy heads in the field. For those customers demanding the 16, 18 row narrow row chopping corn heads, we now have a high capacity feeder and header drive unit here, and that's all the way upstream. So this is the standard capacity. However, on the high capacity drive, not only is the header drive, but everything upstream, so from pumps, the motors, to the drive shafts have been increased to support those increased torques of all that amount of crop coming in. Now if we move back here, probably see it on this side. So new for the 250 series as well is we've gone from a 4-speed transmission to a 2-speed ground drive. So what that means for the customer is I have a harvesting speed and I have a transport speed. So really where this excels is, I no longer have to stop at the edge of the field to shift to a lower gear range just to get that tractive effort to get out of the field. So I have increased tractive effort, I have a wider speed range to really maximize that harvest and my productivity and efficiency within the field. A couple other features, we have a wet brake design, and then we have an electrically actuated, hydraulically engaged diff lock. We can also, we still stop the shift between the harvest speed, the harvest range, and then the transport range, but we have a high-low toggle on the right-hand console. And what that does is I can change my speed range within the gear selection. So, for example, if I get to the edge of the field and I need better tractive effort, I can go to the low speed selection and I'll get greater tractive effort. Likewise, I'm harvesting, I'm opening up a field, and I want to go to the other side of the field. I can toggle the high speed position and it'll automatically increase my speed. And with this new 2-speed transmission it's a closed loop pressure sensing system. So as I go through the field, let's say I have the stick set and I'm doing 5 miles an hour, I go up a hill, I go down a hill, it's going to maintain that 5 miles an hour. No longer am I jockeying with that multi-function control handle to really make those speed changes. Within the threshing and separation area, some of the biggest changes you'll see is within the cage vanes. So a staple in the heritage of the Axial-Flow combine is those cage vanes. So before I could adjust them, but it required a wrench. So standard features for the 250 series Axial-Flow combine is to adjust those cage vanes manually with the turnbuckle. Optional, and you'll see it up in here, is to electric actuator that I can in-cab adjust those cage vanes. So no longer do I have to go through and change those. I can adjust those from in the cab. And we've improved some sealing on the rotor cage covers here to really keep that amount of material from building up on the side of the machine. Some other changes or optional features that we have is an in-cab adjustable pre-sieve. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see the pre-sieve right there, so I can actuate that from in the cab. And the biggest feature with the new 250 series machine would be AFS Harvest Command. So with AFS Harvest Command, that is our solution to automation. So we're utilizing 16 sensors to adjust 7 combine functions. So we're adjusting ground speed, rotor speed, pre-sieve, top sieve, lower sieve, and then we're also adjusting the cleaning fan. So those are the 7 functions that we're adjusting with the combine, and it's proactive, not reactive. And some of the groundbreaking sensors that we have, we come to the back here. Kind of hard to see, but I can show you. Do you see those little, it almost looks like eyes in there? So it's those 4 dots. So that is my sieve pressure sensors. So what that does is that there's one above the upper sieve and there's one between the upper sieve and the lower sieve. And that measures the pressure differential between the 2 sieves. So that helps us determine, do we have sieve off losses? So am I walking grain out the back that's hitting my my loss sensor back here, or am I having blowout losses? So am I actually blowing crop out because my sieves might be open too much or my fan speed might be too high? So we can use that information to really dial in the machine, and that's industry exclusive, patent pending feature that we offer that nobody else does within the industry.